morning here at Dixie Four-Wheel Drive in St. George. We are about to do some major upgrades to the Ram, suspension-wise. When the Ram was first built earlier this year, we really just lifted it with a standard AEV kit, but we really didn't do much to the suspension. So Patrick's going to tell me what we're about to do to it. We got a bunch of stuff on order a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
With all the delays, it's taken a while. But yeah, man, what are we going to do to this thing?
So we're doing a Carli pin top kit, which Carli, in terms of Dodges, easily, in my opinion, has one of the best suspension kits out there. They ride amazing both on and off-road. So we're doing a Carli 3.5 or 3.25 inch pin top system on this with the full spring pack for the air ride trucks. And then we're also doing a Carli front torsion sway bar. It's a full replacement sway bar versus just sway bar spacers or anything like that. So this truck's gonna ride amazing. And then we're doing Thuren radius arms. The Thuren radius arms have a really cool cutout to fit an oversized tire. That way you're not rubbing radius arms on or off road, turning at full lock. So
yeah, which this truck does. People may not know that at full lock, I get a little bit of rub on this truck. We're getting the tires into the arms.
Yeah, so it should solve all those issues and everything. So it'll be a sweet truck when it's done.
Yeah, I can't wait. All right, I'm here with Tagger. Tagger's a tech that's going to be working on installing the lift for us today.
Yep.
All right, Tagger, you got this thing up on the lift, got the wheels off, all that stuff. What are you working on now?
So right now I'm working on getting everything disconnected from the axle, as far as like the front axle disconnect, your breather tube for your housing, and you've got the ARB line that I've got disconnected. Gonna undo some brake lines, sway bar, track bar, get everything out of the way so I can get this axle dropped down to get the coils removed, shocks removed, arms removed, everything out of the way so we can start adding some Carli suspension.
Some good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Tagger, quick update, where are we?
Okay, so front end's tore apart. We got one radius arm out right now, but I got the axle shafts out, obviously brake assembly apart, pressed out old ball joints, and got new Carli ball joints installed. Knuckles, axle shafts put back together. We're just about to start on installing the Carli drop brackets for the radius arms, and then from there, we're gonna get the radius arms done, start installing the pin top suspension system, coils, shocks, sway bar, track bar, whole 9 yards.
All right, Tagger, end of day one. All right, Tagger, good morning.
Good morning.
Start of day two.
Absolutely.
How'd you sleep?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't like getting up this early myself. We got a plan for today?
Yeah, we're just going to be throwing this front end back together, hopefully getting the coils, shocks, and sway bar put together, as well as the new bumps. But
yeah,
as soon as we're done with that, we get to jump on the rear, start tackling the new Carli leafs and new piggyback shocks, whole 9 yards.
Awesome. I'm excited. Well, I'm going to get out of your hair and let you get to work.
Sounds good.
Cool. So you just about got the front end buttoned up. Yep. Ran into a little bit of a small issue.
Yeah.
What's going on? What are we waiting on?
Yeah, so we got everything installed aside from the sway bar and the drag link so far. Sway bar, we were losing a little bit of hardware. Carli didn't send us the sway bar brackets themselves, as well as some bushings for it. Yep. And then waiting on a new drag link, and aside from that, we got shocks, coils installed, everything else buttoned up, new bump extensions, the works.
Yeah, good stuff. And ready to move on to the rear.
Yep. Time for the rear.
We're pretty much at the end of day 2, and you got a lot done today. You got pretty much the whole rear end buttoned up.
Yep.
The front end's pretty well buttoned up. Amazingly, a box that showed up for the sway bar.
Just magically
so the parts that we didn't have this morning, we had for that.
Yep.
So just waiting on the drag link tomorrow, right?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. So we're on the home stretch here, day 3.
Yes, we are. Yep.
What do you got to finish up today? Not too much.
No, not too much. So today we're just centering the track bar, replacing the drag link with our new low steer drag link, and then just aligning it up, making sure the steering wheel's straight, making sure toe's correct, making sure our caster's correct before anything. But after that, test drive.
Cool. Take it out for a ride.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yep.
All right, Tagger. So this truck's been, we're kind of fast forwarding a little bit here in the magic of YouTube that people don't know. It's been like 2 weeks since I've been here. We ran into an issue when we tried to do the last bit. So tell us what happened and what's going on today.
Yeah, so, well, we didn't realize with the AV system that they have a...
so the AV that we're taking out and swapping off.
Yeah. So the AV system for the last... the AV suspension system that was on it before had a high steer system, and it had a track bar bracket for the axle side as well as a drop bracket for the frame side, because on these Rams it's actually a bolt-on bracket. So the previous shop removed it and we didn't obviously ever get it back because we didn't think we were going to need it, but it's changing our geometry so much between the new setup where we can't shift the axle over driver's side far enough. So it's actually bottomed out completely as short as it can go. So it's going to mess up our alignment as well as give us a little bit of bump steer because we're changing our drag link setup to low steer. So it's going to change all the geometry between the track bar and the drag link.
So the delay basically was we had to get the new bracket.
Yeah, from Mopar.
Down to Mopar. So that took a while to track down. But it's here.
Yep.
So we're going to try to get this thing finished up. Right?
Yep, absolutely.
Good. All right. All right, what are we looking at here?
So we got the AEV bracket and then Mopar's factory bracket, and pretty much the only difference between them is that the AEV bracket brings the control arm mounting hole further in and down than the factory Mopar bracket. It's further outside of the frame and up, kind of tucks it in tighter than the AEV bracket. But
and so the Carli kit relies on the factory bracket, which is why we have to put the factory bracket back.
Yep, the Carli track bar that's in it right now can't go short enough to accommodate working with this bracket.
So lesson learned for anybody that might put an AEV kit on, maybe keep your bracket just in case you decide to take it off later.
Absolutely.
We just got back from our road test. My initial impressions are it's great. The road manners seem much better. A lot of the kind of sway that I was complaining about seems to be much improved. So I'm pretty happy. What are you thinking? What are your impressions here?
Honestly, I really like it. I'm pretty impressed. I I like how the Carli system kind of simplifies things. I mean, there was a couple AV brackets that we removed. Carli just keeps it real. I mean, they got good shocks, good coils. The torsion sway bar is awesome. I think the heavier Deaver springs in the rear, Carli springs in the rear, kind of help even everything out. But hitting good dips, those shocks absorbed it just fine.
Yeah, we got a little into it out there coming through St. George, a little dip you took me to.
Yeah,
definitely felt a lot better to me. Yeah, much better than it had been.
Yep. Kind of keeps this heavy truck planted and everything feels good. So.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, Tagger, I appreciate all your hard work on this, and it took a little longer than we thought. I still think it ended up being about 3 days of work, spread out over probably 3 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, that just happens sometimes. We didn't.
Absolutely.
Had to get some parts we didn't know we needed. But good stuff, man. Well, I appreciate all the help, and you know, people should come see you here at Dixie.
Absolutely.
All right.